Well, here we are, friends. More monsters of folklore. Have you ever had a attractive female neighbor, arrive in town? You're sitting there looking at her, you're wondering, do I have a shot? Do I not? Well, y'all start to talking here and there, and she invites you over she invites you over the very next day. You go to sleep all excited. Then you wake up in the middle of the night. You're strung up by your legs, wrapped up in a cocoon like from the Alien movies, and there she is looking at you. But she's not in a human body anymore. She has, she's got the head of the woman and a little bit of the torso and the arms, but then the backside. She's a gigantic spider woman who is about to probably suck you dry, if you get what I'm saying. This, everybody, is called the Jorogumo. It is a freaky looking monster. And here we go. Now, the Jorogumo is a yokai with the form of a spider that can change its appearance into that of a seductive woman when it wants to eat a human. Even when it is in the human form, though, its reflection will show a giant spider. It cannot be killed by any kind of poison. The name Jorogumo is that of a Nephil clavate, a real kind of spider. Now, I probably butchered that name of what that spider is called, but if this is somewhat of a form of a spider, it's in real life, then oh boy, we're in for a treat. In Japan, some spiders are known to possess amazing supernatural powers. One of these, the Jorogumo, known as the Golden Orb Weaver in English, is the most well-known of the arachnid yokai. The Jorogumo are found all over the Japanese archipelago, except for Hokkaido. Their body size averages between 2 to 3 centimeters long, but they can grow much larger as they age. Some are large enough to catch and eat small birds. These spiders are renowned for their large size, their vividly beautiful colors, the large and strong webs they weave, and for the cruel destruction they wreak on young men. Their name is written with kanji that mean entangled bride. However, these characters were added onto her name much later to cover up the original meaning of the name horse spider. The Jorogumo live solitary lives, both as spiders and as yokai. When a golden orb reaches 400 years of age, it develops magical powers and begins to feed on human prey instead of insects. Oh boy! They make their nests in caves, forests, or empty houses in town. They possess a cunning intelligence and a cold heart and see humans as nothing more than insects to feed on. They are skilled deceivers and powerful shapeshifters, usually spending their lives appealing as young, sexy, and stunning, beautiful women. Now, interesting fun fact, I actually had a big old golden orb weaver actually out by my pool, but I don't know where it went to, so probably it crawled up in my attic and it's going to get me in the middle of the night one of these nights. Now, the Jorogumo's favorite prey is young, handsome men who are looking for love. Clearly, we know what love means. When a Jorogumo spots a man she desires, she invites him into her home, and he is usually never seen again. They can spin silk threads strong enough to ensnare a grown man so that he cannot escape. They also have a powerful venom that can slowly weaken a man day by day, allowing the spider to savor the long and painful death of her victims. They can control other lesser spiders, often employing fire-breathing spiders to burn down the homes of any who grow suspicious of them. Now, first things first, if you know you're next to a Jorogumo, leave it alone, move out of town, because if she finds you know who she is, she's going to burn your house down, like probably you in it. Now, a Jorogumo can operate like this for years and years, even in the middle of a busy city, while the skeletons of hundreds of youth build up in her home. The Edo period legend has it that a beautiful woman would entice a man into a quiet shack and begin to play a bawe. It's a type of Japanese flute. Not a flute, it's a lute, by mistake. When the victim was distracted by the sound of the instrument, she would bind him in spider silk threads in order to devour the unsuspecting person as her next meal. So, I ain't gonna lie, man, if somebody invited me into their house and they pulled out a lute, no thank you, I'm walking out. According to legend, when a spider turns 400 years old, it gains magical powers. Stories of Jorogumo can be found in Edo period works. In many of these stories, the Jorogumo changes its appearance into a beautiful woman to ask a samurai to marry her. or takes the form of a young woman carrying a baby, which may turn out to be a spider's egg sac. A Jorogumo is also known as the mistress of the Joran Falls. The legend has it that a man was resting at the foot of the waterfall, with his feet were bound with a vast number of spider threads. To free himself, he cut the threads and tied them to a stump of a tree, which was pulled from the ground and drawn into the waters. Now, after this incident at the Joran waterfall, the villagers became afraid and stopped going up to the waterfall. However, one day a woodsman logger from out of town, unaware of the story of the Jorogumo, began cutting wood in the area. After he accidentally dropped his axe into the water, he dove into the pool to find it. Then a beautiful woman appeared and returned the axe, telling him never to tell anyone about her. While the logger kept the promise, he began to feel anxious about this incident. Now one day while he was drunk, he told his secret and finally felt at ease. The sad part though was he eventually fell into a deep sleep, never to awaken again. So apparently, I don't know if the story was she was going to end up killing him, or is the fact that he discovered where she was at, like underwater, that she's going to let him go. But I mean, he should have kept his mouth shut. Because I'd say what happened is she probably poisoned him over time because he told, where she was at, and it's really hard to tell. But now there is also other variations to that story, but they all kind of fall back upon the same thing. It's just, I guess, different people's perspective of them. But they're all really kind of the same somewhat. But everybody, that is the Jorogumo. Basically, it is a shape-shifting spider who's attractive and is basically going to get you. If you've enjoyed this, before we get to any of the ending here, have you ever heard of the Jorogumo? Because I never have until probably last week when I was looking up various folklore monsters. It's pretty cool in reality how there's so many interesting monsters in the world that people have claimed to have seen. But as always, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, drop a like, comment your take on it, and I'll catch you later.